Heckington Players, in association with the Lincolnshire Move project, present What Creeps Beneath the Deep, written by the Yellow Belly Writing Group. Episode 2.
Thank you for choosing to stay with us here at the Grand Poseidon. To show our appreciation for your custom, we not only have a diverse and delectable selection on our menu, but we will accommodate all your dietary requirements. If you wish for something not on our menus, then have a chat with one of our staff, and they'll make sure that your order is placed and you'll be served with the dish of your choice prepared by world-class chefs. So don't be shy. Tell us what you want, and you'll be swimming in culinary delights before you know it.
What are we calling this again?
Clam and Crab Supreme.
Jeez, isn't it enough that we're constantly staring sea life in the face, eyeballing it day in, day out, without them stuffing it down our throats as well?
There are lots of adjectives I'd use to describe this shit, and supreme isn't one of them.
We want decent food. What about a steak once in a while?
Well, we had burgers the other day.
I'm talking quality cow here, Harper. I want to recognise what I'm eating as a slab of flesh, not some mushed up meat that's been squished back together and fried.
We see plenty of good steak in our kitchen, Willow, but I'm afraid that sort of top-notch cuisine is reserved for the guests.
Maybe we could smuggle some out, Harper. I'll cause a distraction. You stuff a couple of 10 ounces in your tunic.
Even if we could get it past Chef's beady eyes, how would you cook it?
I'm not fussed. I'd eat it raw.
Besides, Finn, what would your distraction technique be? I can't visualise you dropping to the floor, frothing at the mouth, feigning a fit. You normally don't say boo to a goose when you're working.
Room for a small one?
Absolutely, April. Pull up a pew.
I'll do it.
Oh, what's happened to you? It was only this morning that you were doing a highly convincing impersonation of Sid James.
Who?
When did you become such a gentleman?
I didn't. I'm just procrastinating.
You'll go blind.
Putting off eating that crap.
Yes, I didn't think I had the constitution for the supreme. I went for the salad.
So, April, who's arrived this morning? Any celebs? Any minor royals?
Yeah, what overprivileged pricks will I be flashing false smiles at this evening?
Oh, you know, the usual. No one special.
No one special, she says. Oh, the people you must meet, the things you must hear.
Yes, and not just from the guests.
Hey, this sounds like it's going to be juicy.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
But you're dying to, I can tell.
It was something I overheard Mr. Caldwell talking to Miss Winter about.
Who's Mr. Caldwell?
Head of maintenance.
Yes, he came up to reception in his overalls, so I knew something was amiss.
Bet old Winter wasn't very happy.
What was going on then?
Mr. Caldwell said he wanted to speak privately, so I got sent off to deal with some guests.
But you hung back for a bit of surreptitious earwigging, right?
No, actually. I thought one of my contact lenses had come adrift, and I accidentally overheard while searching for it behind the aquarium.
I don't get that. A little aquarium inside one big massive aquarium. Is it supposed to be, like, ironic?
Never mind that. What did Caldwell say to Winter?
I didn't entirely grasp what was being said altogether, but I gathered there had been some sort of incident.
What sort of incident?
An accident. It sounded as if something had happened to one of the maintenance staff. Something serious.
What like? An injury?
Yes, something like that.
Involving who?
Joe Miller, I think.
Don't know him.
Anyway, then Mr. Caldwell started going on about some sort of growth, a plant or something, and said it was causing problems for him.
What? Seaweed or something?
I don't know. But whatever it is, Mr. Caldwell was most insistent that Miss Winter go and take a look. She's still with him now.
Where on earth are you taking me, Caldwell? I've never been this far into the service area before.
Miss Winter, take a look at that. The situation has grown more dire than I could imagine. It appears that this is more of an issue than we had initially thought.
You should attend the main event tonight. Clear your mind of all this nonsense. You've been under a lot of pressure with the opening and all.
Miss Winter, with all due respect, I appreciate your concern, but I am inclined to think that you should start taking this a touch more seriously.
Really, Caldwell, you overstep your boundaries. Please tell me this doesn't concern the local flora again. Such whimsical pastimes are below your station.
The growth appears to be spreading at an alarming rate. Several of the pipes on the lower levels have reduced in efficiency, some as low as 40%. Now, it's only a matter of time before perhaps we could consider evacuating the hotel.
Keep your voice down! Show me these pipes you're so worried about then, if you must. The last thing we need is you raising panic amongst the guests for what simply could be nothing.
I agree that we should have all the facts before telling the guests the extent of the situation, but perhaps some more prudent measures are required.
Leave it to me. You should continue to go about your business and I'll handle the guests. Refrain from mentioning this to the other staff as well. The less people know, the easier this will be to contain.
Good morning, young man. And what do they call you?
Hello, my name's Logan.
Melody Finagle. I'm waiting for my husband. He's taking his time. We're going to explore some more.
So are we. My parents are on the lower gallery.
Yes, your parents. Who are they?
My dad's the founder of Upsilon Games.
Caleb Harris. I've met your mother before. I was single then.
She was upset you didn't invite her to your wedding.
Really? I don't know her. We only met once. I knew her for an evening.
Oh, she only does it for effect.
Yes, she struck me as one of those, dramatically upset at small things she doesn't care about. She did seem over the top.
I'm sorry, I said too much. We don't know you.
What did you say that was too much? Don't pester the lady.
He wasn't.
Oh, my dear, don't take anything he says to heart. He's still young and careless with his words.
She just told you he didn't. Calm down. Where should we go first?
Exploring? We are too, when my husband finally gets here.
Oh, we should explore together. Is that an imposition? Oh, tell us, we don't mind.
Of course not. We'll enjoy the company.
Oh, marvellous. That will be absolutely delightful, won't it, dear?
Of course.
Oh, how clumsy of me. I haven't introduced myself. I'm Jade Gordon Harris, author, and this is my beloved husband, Caleb.
Lady Melody Finagle. You and I met once before.
Oh, yes, I remember. I wasn't sure you would. Oh, I'm glad I've made an impression.
You certainly did.
Why are you all standing around?
Calm down, my love. We're waiting for you. I hope you don't mind. I invited them to explore with us. This is Jade Gordon Harris, the author.
Don't know her. Don't care to.
Jonty, you must know who she is. Jade Gordon. Her first novel published at 22, a bestseller.
You haven't made an impression on everyone.
Damn door's not opening.
Safety locked. What does that mean?
Come, we can walk the other direction.
This does nothing for my nerves.
I'm sure it's nothing serious.
Nothing serious, Kibby. We're 1,000 leagues under the sea.
No, I don't think we're quite that deep. That's 5,000 kilometres.
Caleb, something is seriously wrong with this hotel.
It's probably a minor electric fault. There's no need to start panicking.
There shouldn't be anything wrong with the electrics with the prices they're charging.
Why? Why would it be safety locked for a minor fault?
Safety redundancies. Even something small, the safety mechanisms kick in.
Good. I'd rather they be overly cautious when it comes to guest safety. I do think you're overreacting, Jade.
No, these are my emotional safety redundancies. Oh, I must write that down. What a line. Why do you have a notebook in your handbag?
This won't do!
What won't do?
This loop to get around. I'm not walking that.
That's not so far.
It is too far. I'm going back to my room. You should join me for cards while they sort out the electrics.
Oh, Jonty, no. Don't be ridiculous. If I didn't push you, you'd never go anywhere.
No, you're the one who tells me to slow down.
I'm concerned you don't overexert yourself.
No, I don't think so. You want me to overexert myself into an early grave for the inheritance.
What? How dare you? No, they might not know that you're joking.
Who's joking?
What? This one just got safety locked.
It must be a safety drill.
I'll check that door.
Here's us worrying. They should have done safety drills yesterday.
They have to continue to check the systems. It doesn't stop. I'm sure they cycle them.
I understand why this is necessary, but they should warn people.
It does say that regular safety checks are conducted.
Where?
The introduction pamphlet.
You read that?
Well, I've got used to reading. My wife's a famous author.
Too bad that you're a nobody.
Jonty, husband, this is how you offend people when they don't know that you're joking.
That one's still locked. We're not locked in though. That corridor leads to the central tower.
How exceedingly rude. They could do the safety checks one at a time. Central tower, we can get lunch at Captain Nemo's bounty.
I didn't know the clownfish became a captain.
Logan.
It was a joke.
Oh, you can't make such a joke with me as your mother. People will think you don't know who Captain Nemo is. Oh, the son of an author, unfamiliar with the classics. What would people think? Oh, it is not to be borne.
Yes, our son not knowing a literary character is a tragedy that will topple human civilization.
Don't mock me. These things matter.
Music down. So, you're back then, are you?
Oh, not much gets past you, does it?
You've been quite a while. Did you meet anyone interesting in the bar after I left you?
Oh, yes. After Kathy, the TV executive who you saw me with, there was a whole host of movers and shakers. They're all here, you know. How was your fish gazing, by the way?
The viewing platform is quite something.
Really? I spoke to mine royalty, music moguls, film stars, you name it. You should have stayed.
I'm relieved I didn't.
Not really your cup of tea, I suppose. Well, it was my tequila sunrise.
And more than one, I should think, judging by the time.
Oh, yes, I should say. I had to drag myself away.
I had to call reception while you were out. There's some sort of oceanic plant life encroaching on our sea view.
And we wouldn't want any impediment to your sea view, would we, Roy?
Well, it would essentially defeat the purpose of coming down here, don't you think, Charlotte?
Perhaps, but not completely if watching fish isn't your only reason for being here.
Mr. Kunzelman, it's April from reception. I'm outside your suite now regarding the problem that you reported.
Oh, yes. I'll be right there. Do come in. I'll show you where it is.
Don't fall for that one, love. That's how I ended up in...
Charlotte! I'm sorry. My wife's been drinking.
That's all right, Mr. Kunzelman.
It's just over here.
Ah, yes. I see it. We seem to be having 1 or 2 reports of organic sea life making and welcome appearances today. I'll get straight onto our maintenance team and report back to you. I'm sure we'll have the problem resolved shortly, Mr. Kunzelman. Mrs. Kunzelman?
Was there really any need for that?
I appearance is everything to you, isn't it, Roy?
I just don't see why you had to be so crude. It's only a couple of hours since you complained about me embarrassing you.
Well, that's it then. Along with at work and at home, we can out on holiday to the places that the famous inventor Roy Kunzelman gets uptight. I hope that's the maintenance team aren't too long. Wouldn't want anything to interrupt your fish gazing, would we now?
Man, with the size of this place, you'd think they could stretch to a tea room bigger than a broom cupboard. I know what sardines feel like now.
Oh, I don't know, Harp. I kind of like it. Being up close and personal with you lovely ladies. Don't you agree, Ash?
Finn! What's got into you? What happened to Miss Abernathy? To think you'd jump at your own shadow in the kitchen, now you've gone all sleazy. Anyway, I think you're a bit young for me, sweetie.
You think I'm not man enough? I have it on good authority I'm more than man enough.
Ugh, down, boy. Are you wanting to get thrown out of the girls' treehouse? Ignore him, Ash. He's harmless. Just thinks himself a bit of a ladies' man. Don't you, boy? Who's a good boy?
I'm not a dog, Harp.
Stop acting like one then. Going round humping the leg of every woman you see.
I don't! I never humped yours.
Would you like some cream for that burn, Harp? I'm not sure I'll ever get used to your humour. Damn, you guys are weird.
What's with the Jekyll and Hyde though, Finn?
Oh, I'm just shit scared of losing my job. Well, that, and a bit of anxiety. You lovely ladies seem to be the remedy for that, though. Speaking of which, I think I'm due another dose. What do you say, Ash? Will you rub your medicine on my poorly spot?
Finn!
Seriously weird.
Alright, Mum! As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, the rent said if I lose this job, I can forget about going back home again. No matter how zombifying my job is, it needs to be a keeper. At least if I can move up with the ladder. You got any more of those strings left to pull, Harp?
Shh! Enemy ahoy!
I should have known I would find you all crammed in here.
Careful now, Mr. Frobisher. Not everyone in this room is under you.
Indeed, unfortunately. Look at the state of you, Finn. Come here. You can't go back out covered in crumbs.
Help! He's caressing my beautiful pecs! Sexual harassment in the workplace! Aren't they firm though, Mr. Frobisher? 200 press ups a day, that is.
And that's rich coming from the guy sleazing up the place at every possible moment.
Oh, give me strength. Hey, below. What's 2 plus 2?
4, obviously. What a silly question.
Indeed. It's also the answer to how many minutes you owe me now. Okay, folks, back to work.
Finn, Harper, stay where you are. We leave when I say so. Okay, back to work.
Miss Winter and Mr. Coldwell are here to see you now, Mr. Kunzelman.
Thank you for coming so soon.
Not at all, Mr. Kunzelman. We're here to ensure that all our guests have the time of their lives, after all. Isn't that right, Mr. Caldwell? April?
It certainly is.
Yes, Miss Winter.
Would you mind showing us where the problem is, please, Mr. Kunzelman?
It's just over here. May I introduce my wife?
Of course. Delighted to meet you, Mrs. Kunzelman. I've been a fan of your work for some time.
Oh, really? Any piece in particular?
Well, all of it, really. You've done so much.
Good save. It's always nice to meet a fellow professional.
The problem's over here, Miss Winter. It seems to be growing quite rapidly.
Ah, yes, so I can see. What do you make of it, Mr. Caldwell?
Well, it looks very similar to one of the 2 incidences that we've had previously, Miss Winter.
I do hope that you'll be able to sort it out. My husband does enjoy his fish gazing.
I'm sure that it's nothing we can't handle, Mrs. Kunzelman. Isn't that right, Mr. Caldwell?
Well, we'll certainly do our best.
Good. Good. I'd appreciate it if you could, Mr. Caldwell. After all, there's little point in travelling to the bottom of the ocean if your sea view's partially obscured.
Quite so, Mr. Cundleman. Although we do offer a wide range of amenities to cater for every taste, we pride ourselves on that fact.
I'm afraid that Roy has rather narrow tastes, though.
I don't think that Miss Winter has time for your petty insults, Charlotte.
No, I wasn't insulting Miss Winter, darling.
You know very well what I mean.
Well, now, I'm sure that we can soon resolve all of this to everyone's satisfaction. Oh, excuse me for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I seem to have another urgent call.
So, that's how I started my business. Did you work for your money, or did you inherit it? Did you buy your title?
Did I buy it? My title's not for sale to the likes of you, Sonny.
No, that's not what I meant.
As if I was so poor and desperate to sell my daughter's birthright. How dare you?
No, I wasn't. That's not...
Oh, what were you thinking, asking such intrusive questions?
I said what you told me to.
As if I would suggest you to be so tactless.
After lunch, I'll hit the pool.
I hope it's big enough.
Yeah, Olympic size.
There's an exercise class this afternoon. Jonty loves his aqua classes.
I hope there are lanes open. I can't swim through a bunch of elderly folk. No offence.
There's usually a few lanes kept open. Oh, our Logan is training for the Olympics. He's already breaking records.
Old records. I don't actually hold any.
Well, not yet, but you will.
He's our son, of course he will.
If he trains.
Every day.
Anna Vino.
At a vino.
Whoa.
No, we'll get it. Antoinizo.
No. Ha. Antananarivo.
Stop! Look at this.
It's cracking. Run! We're going to die!
It looks like a slow crack. It'll hold for now, but it needs to be dealt with. There's an intercom button there. Push the emergency button, Logan.
One of us can put our finger in it, like Peter and the Dyke.
This is not funny! This place is falling apart, and we're going to drown. Oh, we're too young to meet such an end. God have mercy on our souls. Oh, it's getting bigger. Slow crack indeed. What have we ever done to deserve such a fate? You slapped me.
We aren't going to die, and even if we were, we'd endure it easier without your antics.
Shush! Hello, yes. There's a crack forming in the corridor from the viewing gallery aerial's view to the central complex. Corridor 36A. Not yet an emergency, but very urgent.
Bloody hell, Emmett. It's a good job we're not in a life or death emergency right now. You'd get us all killed. The handle goes up and to the left, Ducky.
Careful, Harper. It's not my fault they decided to have some doors go one way and some the other way. You really shouldn't trivialise death. It's not a joking matter.
You couldn't be more wrong, Emmett. Everything's a joking matter. How you go through life being all Mr. Serious is beyond me.
I take that to assume you would be happy for me to crack a joke on your deathbed.
Be my guest, old man. You won't outlive me.
OK, kiddies, that's enough now. Time to re-engage the work brain.
Indeed, Asher. Back to work.
Back to work? That feels like miles away. How come we have our tea room all the way out in the sticks rather than next to the kitchen?
It's just another way for the man to beat us down, Finn.
Ignore her, Finn. She's just being extra fruity today.
Fruity? Coming from you? That's rich.
Stow it, Harp. As I was about to say, Finn, our property room has been out of action since opening, thanks to multiple leaks. How we even have leaks already in this place, I do not know. It doesn't bode well for when it's old and dilapidated.
Ah, right. That makes sense. The tea room, that is. not the leaks.
What was that?
It'll be the...
Look! What on earth's that?
Oh shit! Well, the tower supports, they're falling away. It's even worse than we thought.
Oh, okay, no need to panic, everyone, but I'd like us all to go down to the lobby right away.
Speaking personally, I think now's a very good time to panic.
Okay, if everyone could step outside and make your way to the lobby in a calm fashion, please. Thank you.
Just a moment. Let me get my notebook first.
Please leave all personal belongings and come with us at once.
Who do you think you are?
God's sake, Charlotte, just move, will you?
Hang on a moment. It's right here. Just need to grab it. Okay, got it.
This way, please.
But the lifts are right here.
For safety measures, we use the stairs in situations like this.
Well, if you think I'm walking down all those flights while the place is coming down, you've got another thing coming. I'm getting out of here as fast as humanly possible.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, that's why you're not me.
Please, Mrs. Kunzelman, step this way.
On reflection, I think it's best we take the stairs.
Oh my God!
Oh, do you think anyone was in there?
It makes no difference to us right now. We have to get to the stairs, now!
Caldwell, this is all your fault!
My fault?
You're head of maintenance, this is your responsibility! Do you realise the legal damages the company is going to suffer because of this? Xanadu House is going to be sued for more money than exists. That means it's unemployment for us, and with a disaster like this under our belts, I doubt we'll ever be hired again.
I've been trying to explain the gravity of the situation to you all day, but no, you didn't want to cause alarm. Well, how do you think the people are going to be when the 200 kilos of steel come crashing into the dining room?
And you'll be doing your own...
Oh no! Oh no!
Stop staring and start running! Well, the fire stairs are just round this next corner. Right, well, here we are. I'll go first. April, you next. Then you and Mr. and Mrs. Conzelman. And finally, you bring up the rear, Miss Winter.
Just a moment. Who put you in charge? I'm not being the tail end Charlie. I'll go second. Miss Wright, you can go behind.
Fine, just let's get moving, and quickly.
I know that the structure of this place is built to allow for strong sea currents, but it's not supposed to be moving this much.
That's the last straw. Come on, everyone. The emergency exit signs point this way.
Whoa, we're really starting to wobble now.
I think I'm having one of my episodes. Melody! I need one of my pills.
There's no time for that now, Jonty. Quickly, follow the Harrises.
Let's move it, Lord Jonty! Lady Melody! Look, the water's really coming into the viewing area now. Look!
We're coming, Mr. Harris. Come along, Jonty.
You go on, Melody. I can't keep up.
Don't be silly, Lord Jonty. You're almost there. Lady Melody?
She's disappeared down the stairwell, Dad.
Come on, Lord Jonty. Just a few more steps. Come on. Come on.
You made it, your lordship.
Darn thing. Where's Melody?
Lady Melody's gone on ahead. We've got to keep moving, everyone.
We've got 27 floors to get down, Dad.
This is no time for exactitude, Logan. Move it!
Oh, we're all going to die!
Get a grip, Jade! Come on, Lord Jonty!
What floor are we on now? Oh.
The last sign I saw said the 19th.
17th, Dad.
You're really starting to annoy me now, Logan. How are you feeling, Lord Jonty?
A little woozy, actually. Anyone seen Melody?
No. She's quite a mover, isn't she?
Logan. She's well on the way down, Lord Jonty. We've got to keep after her. The safest place will be down at reception.
That's where we're supposed to gather in case of emergency, Dad. It said so in the introduction pamphlet.
That's more like it, Logan. But we've got no time to lose them people.
Oh, we're all going to die!
I'm not going to tell you again, Jade. Run!
Come along. The sooner we return, the sooner you'll be done with your ship. I'll need you to pick up the pace, Finn. Enough loitering.
Ash, yes, I'm here. Apologies. I was just catching up with Willow. You know how it is. We hardly get any breaks once our shift has started.
Take care not to let this one's influence rub off on you, Finn. I'm sure you want to keep your position in this establishment. Am I correct?
Excuse me. I'm the least likely to rub off on anyone, I'll have you know.
That's quite enough of that, Willow.
I'm only playing, good sir.
Give it a rest, Willow. You know Emmett can be a bit of a stick in the mud once we start working. We don't want a repeat of last time. I don't appreciate your blithe nature. Sound familiar?
Ugh. These maintenance tunnels always give me the creeps. If it's not meant for the guests, they really cut back on expenses to the bare bones, don't they? Then again, at least it's functional. Right, guys?
You're not wrong there. But this way is always the fastest if you want to snag a few extra minutes on break. I'm sure Miss Winter would give you the whole talk about function over style for us on the lower end of this place. If you didn't piss your pants first.
And you're no stranger to squeezing every ounce of goodwill from the management here, are you, Willow?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean by that.
Come on, serious time now. It's time to put your game faces on. We don't want the guests seeing a bunch of ingrates larking around in the corridors now, do we? Especially not while you're dressed like that.
What happened? Willow? Asher? Harper? Is everyone alright?
Harper! Someone help me! Get her out! Harper! Finn, the panel above the door, top left side. Asher, help me with this.
Stop!
No,
You're making it worse.
Harper, just hold on, okay? We'll get you out. Finn, the tools!
Here, I've got it. Is this what you wanted?
No, where is it? This place is a shithole. It should be here. We need to get her out.
Get your suits on! Willow, your suit! Now! Oh, stop this madness. You can't save her.
No, I won't leave her. You're a damn coward, Emmett. You're supposed to be responsible for her.
Ow! What are you doing? She's gone mad. Let go of me this instant, Willow.
Willow, let him go. If we lose our heads now, we might as well be throwing away all of our lives.
Willow, you have to leave. You have to leave me.
No, Hart.
Listen to me, Willow. Just promise me you take Finn and make it back safe.
No, I won't leave you.
Willow, we have to go. There's nothing you can do.
Stop! Let me go!
Move! Hurry up! We have a breach in the D10 maintenance tunnel. Do you copy?
The door won't open. It must have been damaged. Help me with this, Asher. There must still be the manual override.
Fine. Just let me go, okay?
I'm sorry, Willow. I don't want to leave her either, but... No! What are you doing? You'll die for nothing!
I can't just sit back and leave her to die. I've locked the door, Finn. Don't try to get back through here.
Willow! Open the door. It's not too late.
See you around, Finn.
What Creeps Beneath the Deep was written by Kai Bailey, Ian Cahill, Bradley Griffin, Michael Hill, Lee Johnson and Rory King. It featured the following performers in order of appearance: Hannah Priestley as the presenter, Tamara Mills as Willow Adams, Amy Ash as Harper Ward, Aaron Pettican as Finn Wyndham, Kelly Anderson as April Wright, Matthew Brown as Mr. Caldwell, Mel Priestley as Miss Winter, Rachel Rowett as Lady Melody, Callum Thomas as Logan Harris, Laura Griffin as Jade Harris, Dan Excel as Caleb Harris, David O'Brien as Lord Jonty, Keith Bagley as Roy Kunzelman, Joe Warwick as Charlotte Kunzelman, Elaine Wilson as Asha Abernathy, and Stuart Weil as Emmett Frobisher. The programme was recorded and edited by Colette Buchanan-Gray and directed by Kai Bailey. This production was presented by Heckingotn Players in association with the Lincolnshire Move project, which is funded by the European Social Fund and the National Lottery Community Fund.